Alright, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, the second of three races on the program for the World of Thunder Racing League, and this time it is the UMP Modifieds, presented by DirtFan.com. Tonight we're at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway, Fairbury Speedway, for round number 2 of the series. Good evening race fans, my name is Brett Wheeler. Joining me in the booth tonight is the voice of Checkers and Wreckers, Tommy. Welcome into the Ultimate Dirt TV booth.
Well, hello. How are you, sir?
Look, we're doing very well. Glad that you could join us here in the booth for not only for the UMP Modifieds, but you're going to be joining us in the booth for the 410 Wing Sprint Cars, I believe, as well.
Figured, if I'm going to do it, might as well go all out and have fun with it.
All right, well, we've got qualifying on the program while the drivers are going out there. Of course, make sure you check out DirtFan.com on the website and, of course, on Facebook. Give them a like and a follow. And tell me what, we know you're the voice of Wreckers and Checkers. And, well, let's do a bit of self-promoting for yourself. Where can they find you on the World Wide Web, or where can they find you on your social media pages?
You can hop over to the lovely Facebook page and just search Checkers and Wreckers there. Or if you prefer the internet, hop over to www.bwsports1.com, and that'll give you a link to all the past shows, all the live videos that we've had, and all the fun out and about that we do.
All right, now I believe you've got a little bit of a similar rivalry going on tonight in the NFL.
That's right. I'm a huge Cowboys fan, and my brother took the route of being a Philadelphia fan. Not sure why, but go Cowboys, and I'll leave the choice words for the later one.
He's certainly taken the wrong path. We can certainly say that one for sure. Anyhow, we've got qualifying on the program. The drivers, the top 20 in fact, will be on the left-hand side of your screen. Down the bottom left is the driver that we are currently watching at the moment. And of course, we'll take a look at Jordan Casey, who's on screen at the moment in car number 42, fourth quick. And Tommy, you had to get these cars before we got into the server tonight, so you haven't driven these cars, but what are you expecting from tonight's race here at Fairbury?
Just kind of what the typical racing seems to be like with the league here, and that's some good, clean, hard racing, and that's what I'm excited for. That's what I like to see. If you happen to catch me broadcasting some of my racing yesterday, it was anything but delightful. I was a pinball machine, if you would, so I'm in the rookie class still, trying to work my way up. It's going to take some time.
It certainly doesn't come easy, especially in the rookie classes. Trust me, we've all been there at some stages of our career. All right, qualifying is about to be complete in less than 30 seconds. Let's go through your top 20. You can see on the left-hand side of your screen, Hayden Cardwell, quick time with a 13.232, 8 1,000ths of a second over his teammate and the feature winner from the Super Late Models just about half an hour ago. Dylan Wilson second, quick Kendall Tucker third, JD Brown fourth, and Blake Majulis, who rounds out the top 5. As we'll bring up the points from last week, and this is basically the finish and how they finished up last week. So Blake Majulis got the win, Jacob Fields got second, Shane James third, Evan C, Dylan Wilson, Clay Devon, Bryson Daffin, Corey Whitworth, Jordan Casey, and James Gray. So your top 10 points coming in to tonight. Of course, heat race number 1 here, and we are going to have 4 heat races on the program here at the Fairbury Speedway for round number 2 of the World of Thunder and DirtFan.com UMP Modified Series. Let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Alright, heat race number 1, starting on pole in car number 7 will be Hayden Cardwell. On the outside of your front row, car number 127 of Blake Majulis. Harry Stewart will start position number 3. Jason Minot will start position number 4. Position 5 is going to be Todd Hook. Timothy Bolander will start position 6. Josh Blanchard will start position 7. Kevin McNatt will start position number 8. Travis Daly out of 9th. Dylan Petty rounds out your top 10 with Michael Guerin starting out of position number 11. Tommy, does anybody in this field tickle your fancy? Who do you think is going to get the victory here in heat race number 1?
I'm going to be honest, really only one of the names kind of sticks out to me, and that's the pole sitter here, Hayden Cardwell. So I'm going to have to put my money on him this time, but we'll see here going in the next heats if maybe I'm a little more familiar and seen some of these guys throw these things around.
All right, well, I'll give you a bit of an insight on the guy on his outside. He is the current champion in the World of Outlaws World Championship on iRacing for the late models. He is also a World of Thunder and UMP modified champion for the past season as well. So keep an eye on the 127 of Blake Majulis on the outside of the front row, but the green flag flies are underway. Heat number 1 here at Fairbury Speedway. It's going to be Hayden Cardwell. Lead Blake Majulis down into turn number 3 and 4 for the first of 8 laps around Fairbury Speedway.
Yeah, and that's pretty impressive there that Majulis, he's got all those feats under him here. That just goes to show you how hard this racing is here.
Third place, Jason Mine, and our top 3 go straight through to the main event. Top 2 will go to the redraw. Harry Stewart in 4th, and not someone that normally runs these cars, so he's from Australia as well, so keep an eye on him. He's done a fantastic job so far, and at the moment, he would be starting on pole of B main number 1. However, look at Jason Minot starting to close the gap there on second place driver Blake Majulis. It'll be 4 down, 4 to run. That time bypass the flag set. Halfway home, Tommy and Hayden Cardwell has got the field well and truly covered.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, that Hayden, he is, like I said, every time I've watched him, he seems to get up there. If he starts on the pole and he gets a clean run, and he's off.
And he is. He indeed is off and setting into the sunset right now. It's a Sunday drive. Yeah, take that as a pun if you like here on a Sunday night. Hayden Cardwell, the World of Thunder D1 RT Racing entry. 2 laps left to run. Majulis in second, and Tommy, these laps go by very, very quickly. That by the time you talk about one turn, these drivers are already going into the final turn.
Exactly. I don't know if you heard the little whoa there, but yeah, the guy just had a little flip there. So, like you said, I mean, you're talking about 1 lap, and then by the time you're done, you got 3 laps down.
All right, checkered flag is out here for heat number 1. Hayden Cardwell gets the win ahead of Blake Majulis in second. Those 2 drivers will go to the redraw. Jason Minot comes home in third. He will go through to the main event. Harry Stewart, Josh Blanchard, Kevin McNatt, Todd Hook, Dylan Petty, Timothy Bolander, Travis Daly round out your top 10 with Michael Garron coming home in position number 11. Heat number 2. We'll take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
Alrighty. Well, starting grid here, we got starting first here, Dylan Wilson. Second, Jordan Casey. Starting third in the second row, Barry Sorensen and Daniel Cummings Jr. Starting fifth, we got Max Kerpian. Sorry if I got that wrong. Starting sixth is Chris Titus. Seventh, Kenneth D. Payne. Eighth is Tanner Tomasi. Ninth, Gregory Sager. And 10th, we got Brent Fair.
All right, just the 10 cars here for heat race number 2. And again, I'll ask you the same question I asked you in heat race number 1. Who do you fancy in this one?
You know, it's hard not to go with the guys up front in this because if you get that clean run, they want to stay clean. They want to keep it going to advance. But we'll go with Barry Sorensen. I think we're going to get a little passing up here for the front.
All right, a couple of drivers on the front row, teammates, Dylan Wilson, Jordan Casey. Dylan Wilson just picked up the super late model main event just a few moments ago in round number 2 at the Volusia Speedway Park. We'll see how he goes. Heat number 2. Green flag is out here at the Fairbury Speedway. Dylan Wilson will slide up in front of Jordan Casey. Teammates run first and second. Casey back down to the inside, down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4 we go. Casey stays down to the bottom side. Wilson stays up top. Meanwhile, Sorensen trying to hold off the likes of Daniel Cummings Jr. in that 24 JR machine. But good racing up front right now, Tommy.
Oh, yeah. It's like I said, I thought this was going to be a heat kind of with the racing up there. But, you know, it seems these guys, like I said, they just want to stay clean, and that's a big part of it.
All right, going to complete lap number 3 this time. High off of turn number 4, Dylan Wilson, Jordan Casey run 1 and 2. Sorensen hold on to the third and final transfer position. Then you go back to Daniel Cummings Jr., Matt Kapirian back there in 5th spot, Chris Titus in 6th, Tomasi in 7th, Payne rounds out the top 8 right now, and Well, we're seeing a lot of these drivers run right through the middle. They're not going up top to where it's slick up against the wall, and they're not staying down low where it's slick on the bottom side. So right now these drivers are just happy rolling through the middle of the racetrack. And tell me one thing to note, that all these drivers, something you don't see all that often is fixed setup racing. And, well, every driver's on the same setup.
That means that the driver is in control. I like that myself because I don't know how to set up a car. I know how to drive one somewhat. You wouldn't know it by watching me. But yeah, so it's a driver's race, and I like that.
Yeah, it certainly is. We'll get one lap to go this time by already. Heat number 2 about to be complete, just 4 turns away. Dylan Wilson looking to put that number 80 machine in the redraw for tonight, along with Jordan Cates. Of course, the redraw will happen during the warm-up session, just after the last B main and before the main event. Checkered flag is out. Dylan Wilson ahead of Jordan Casey. Barry Sorensen comes home in 3rd. Daniel Cummings Jr. 4th. Matt Capiri, Titus Tomasi Payne, Fia and Sega to round out your top 10. At the moment, Tommy, it's guys that start up front that, you know, with the slick track conditions and the difficult track conditions at the moment, we're not seeing a whole lot of passing, but I dare say come feature race time, if the track does get a reset, we might just see a bit more passing.
Well, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm new to the iRacing, but like I said before, these guys really want to stay clean out front, and they don't want to, I guess, really, if I'm in second, I'm not necessarily going to make the pass in the heat. I want to move on and get there to the main, so I'm going to stay clean. Am I correct?
That is very correct. All right, let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid very quickly. Twelve cars scheduled to line up for heat number 2. Kendall Tucker and Dustin Hall in row number 1. Chad Combs and Garrett Niebregi at a position numbers 3 and 4. Aaron Brumbelow, Darren Literal in row 3. Row 4 going to be Clyde Dunn and Kenneth Moreland. Row 5, Jared Mogard and PJ Popham. Steve Kaufman and Russell Berry at a row number 6. Again, Tommy, who do you like in this one? Anyone?
Well, I kind of got to go with Aaron Brumbelow on this one. He's starting 5th there, but he is the current Checkers and Wreckers Pro Late Series leader there that you guys host there on Wednesdays.
All right, keep an eye on Kendall Tucker, the Swindell Speed Lab iRacing iFlags 00 out in front. He's got a good lead over Dustin Hall down into turn number 3 and 4 to complete lap number 1 of 8. No yellows in the heat races. Chad Combs in the 09 machine rides in that 3rd and final transfer position. You go back to Darren Literal, battling it out with Garrett Niebregi along with Clyde Dunn and Aaron Brumbelow. Brumbelow works the outside of the racetrack through turn number 3 and 4. Again, he's in 6th position right now, and that's probably about a 3rd or 4th row in tonight's B main if he's unable to make any more advances. However, he gets to the outside of the 19 of Garrett Niebregi, but Niebregi just fights back up on the inside as Brumbelow makes a mistake in 3 and 4.
And I got to give these guys a lot of credit because, like you said, this track is slick and they are staying as clean as they possibly can. You don't see guys coming up onto the track on each other or anything like that. So, way to go, guys.
All right, you're looking at the driver number 68 machine, the HRE Motorsports of Darren Little in 4th position at the moment. Brumbelow, meanwhile, has gotten back by Garrett Niebregi as he makes his way clear of the 19 and sets his sight on the number 68 machine. 3 laps left to run. These heat races are going by very, very quickly. We'll have our 4th and final heat race of the night up next after this one. Brumbelow just got a little bit tight. He had to jam on the brakes there from getting into the back of the 68 of Little, and that could have been disastrous, but good move by Brumbelow to jam on the brakes, and it's pretty much a sacrifice from himself.
Yeah, but he didn't want to go all the way back to the back there, so he did what he needed to do to keep it going.
All right, white flag is out. Final time. Heat race number 3 here in the World of Thunder and DirtFan.com. UMP Modified Series off turn 4. Kendall Tucker with the win. Dustin Hall home in 2nd. Chad Combs in 3rd. 4th. He's going to be Darren Little. Aaron Brumbelow comes home in 5th. Garrett Niebregi, Clyde Dunn, Jared Mogard, PJ Popham, and Steve Kaufman comes home in position number 10. 11th is going to be Russell Berry and Kenneth Moreland home in position number 12. It's not taking a whole lot of time to get through these heat races, Tommy, as we move on to heat race number 4.
No, it is a very fast track, and these guys are slinging it perfect here. I love it.
All right, let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
All righty, Tommy Boy back here, gonna run down the grid. Starting first, we got J.D. Brown. Starting second, Clifford Driscoll. Third, Dylan D. Thomas. Fourth, James Grace. Fifth, we got Jacob Prilliman. And sixth, Dylan Halder. And seventh, Cody Olson. Eighth, Tanner Folds. Ninth, Blake L. Brown. 10th, Eddie Holden. And in 11th, Shad Prescott.
All right, anybody that you see here that you've seen throughout the iRacing service that you think, hey, they might be able to get the job done?
It's just hard not to go with the one or two guys from what we've seen in the heats here. So I'm gonna, if I had a guess, let's say Driscoll. I think he's gonna make a quick first lap pass here.
All right, very bold prediction. I'll tell you what, I'll go the guy that starts on pole. I don't know whether you want to call him Hollywood, J.D. Brown, but he ain't gonna mess around. Here as there's a couple of Browns in this field, J.D. Brown and Blake Brown, of course, no relation. We'll see if, and you know, we'll use a couple of punts here. We'll see if Eddie is going to be able to, let's see if he can hold it together.
I like this. I wonder if Tanner will fold.
Good grace.
I almost went with Prescott because I am still watching him on the little screen in the corner here.
All right, fourth and final heat race of the World of Thunder and DirtFan.com UMP Modified Series about to go green. Which final three drivers will make the transition from the heat races to tonight's A main? Which other drivers are going to go to the B mains? And which two drivers will in fact go to your top two redraw? In fact, there'll be 8 drivers in that redraw again. After the B mains, we'll have that one. J.D. Brown, Hollywood out in front. He will lead lap number 1, 7 to run. Here comes Driscoll down to the inside, down to turn number 1 and 2. But J.D. Brown, he's got that top side work. And Tommy, you see J.D. Brown run on the top side. All the other drivers, in fact, run the middle of the racetrack. As I say, that Brown makes a liar out of me and goes to the middle in 3 and 4.
Yeah, you're seeing a couple of those guys taking that high line, and the cushion there is grabbing them, pulling them towards the wall. So it does have some grip there.
I like what just come through there. If it's Brown, flush it down. That's probably a good sign. Driscoll.
Hey, I got a question here, Brett. Do you think James has some grace when he's doing the sliding?
Not really.
Well, I could get used to this.
Yeah, you see how easy it is? You see why Steve and I do it on a Wednesday night sometimes?
Absolutely,
It's
absolutely.
so
and
easy
you keep
to do.
saying Hollywood. I want to say downtown. It just makes you got to rhyme it there.
Well, so
it's
that's
downtown, J.D. Brown, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, you go with either one, Hollywood or downtown, either. So, anyhow, what we do know is, whatever you want to call him, he is J.D. Brown. He is out in front with 2 to run. Tommy and Driscoll, starting to close the gap on him right now, starting to put a bit more pressure. I think time's going to run out for the driver of the number 63 machine, though.
Yep, I don't think he's going to have what it takes. But like I said, I've said it many a times, he just want to stay clean and get past and get a good position for the next heat here.
All right, white flag is out here for J.D. Brown, number 14 machine, out in front, has led since the drop of the green flag. Into turn number 3 and 4, Driscoll not going to make any silly advances. He's got a redraw spot locked up. Checkered flag is out. J.D. Brown gets the win ahead of Clifford Driscoll. Dylan Thomas, the Yardbird, home in 3rd. James Grace, 4th. 5th is going to be Shad Prescott. Cody Olson, 6th. Jacob Prilliman, yeah. Prilliman, Blake Brown, Tanner Folds, and Dylan Halder with Eddie Holden home in position at number 11. Tommy, what have you made so far of the heat races?
The track, like you said, it's slick, but these guys are racing hard. They're racing clean. I think we got a great main set up for us here later. Like I said, they're definitely going to be on it, and they're going to be making some moves to get past the guys here in the mains.
All right, let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for your first B main. 3 B mains to be contested. 10 laps will be the distance. The top 4 from each B main are going into the second half of the field for tonight's main event. Starting on pole, car number 41, Harry Stewart. Out of position 2 will be James Grace. Aaron Brombelow will start position 3. Chris Titus will start position number 4. Position 5 will be Todd Hook. Jacob Prilliman starting position number 6. Jared Mogart out of position 7. Brent Fiat out of position number 8. Position 9, Travis Daly. Dylan Halder will start position 10. Russell Berry out of 11th. And Mike Vanagan scheduled to start out of position at 12. It's a whole lot different, this B main, than what it is the heat races. This is pretty much the last chance for these drivers to make the show, Tommy.
Absolutely, yeah. And like I said, now we're going to see some passing. We're going to see some moves. See what these guys really got here.
All right, we see the camera above the racetrack here at the Fairbury Speedway. You see how slick this track is starting to get. And Tommy, kickoff already underway in the Crapberg. What are they? Crappies? Crappies against the Cowboys.
That is right. And they just Cowboys just put some points on the board too. I just texted brother and said a couple curse words to him.
It's not rated R Sundays just yet, but boy, oh boy, we're close.
I'm aching. I'm just sitting here with my legs shaking here, waiting for it.
All right, here we go. Green flag is out of the B main, number 1 of 3 here on the program for tonight. Grace and Stewart side by side through turn number 1 and 2. Stewart's got the middle side working right now through 3 and 4. He slides up in front of Grace. Keep an eye on Brombolo. He's in a transfer spot at the moment. He's in 3rd. Chris Titus works in that 4th position, but right now Harry Stewart, the young kid from Australia, out in front at the moment. Tommy, he's showing the Americans how to do it.
There you go. Yeah, that's one way to do it there. And hey, I watched you on the sprints. You kind of showed some people how to do it as well.
Look, I always show how people how to do it. I'm always just a trendsetter. It's what we do here at Ultimate Dirt. We just set trends. Hey, I'm not sure if you watched the last broadcast or not, but did you know that first time that I can recall, we actually had an engagement on our streams.
Very nice. No, I didn't get a chance to catch that. I was getting some pictures done with the family, but that's incredible. So explain that to me. I want to hear a little bit about that.
Well, it was quite simple. One of our admins here, William Duval, actually came to us and said, "Look, this is the deal. I want to pop the question." He even had a painter have on the front of his car, "Joanna, will you marry me?" And just before his heat race, as they were gridding, I actually brought him down into the channel. We asked him, what he was planning, and he said, well, he goes, started a family, wants to do things right, and he asked her to marry. Now, of course, with the delay, and she was watching on YouTube, and this is how it all came about. She was watching on YouTube, and because of the delay on YouTube, which is about probably 15-20 seconds, it was probably kind of it was probably felt like probably about 10 minutes for him.
Right, exactly. That's good. So I assume she did say yes?
Yeah, absolutely. She was, her first response was, "Wait, what?" She didn't know if it was a joke or what, but she said absolutely. So yeah, that was the first time that I've ever seen it on a sim racing side of things. So yeah, congratulations to William and Joanna. Well, the white flag is out. There was a quick story, and as I said, those quick stories turn into quick laps here at the Volusia, here at Fairbury. Green checkers are out, and Harry Stewart holds on to the win over Aaron Brombolo. Dylan Halder in 3rd. Todd Hook is going to get that 4th and final transfer spot ahead of James Grace, so he's going to miss out. Titus, Berry, Mogard, Fear, and Prilliman, your top 10. Those drivers, 5th through to 10th, will in fact miss out. So, 5th through to 10th will miss out. So, yeah, exciting times here on UDTV tonight.
Yeah, that's always a good time when stuff like that happens. Unfortunate for his team. He probably won't be iRacing much longer. But, hey, that's what happens, though, right?
Yeah, apparently so. Anyhow, let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for B main number 2.
Alrighty, on the pole we got Daniel Cummings Jr. starting next to him. In 2nd, Josh Blankard. And 3rd, we got Shad Prescott. 4th, Garrett Newbridge, thank you. 5th, Tanner Tomasi. 6th, Dylan Petty. 7th, Blake L. Brown. 8th is PJ Popham. 9th, Gregory Sager. 10th, Michael Guerin. 11th, Eddie Holden. And finishing up the B main here, 12th, Kenneth Moreland.
I wonder how much more land he needs. Alright, heat, not a heat, it's a B main. B main number 2. We've got a couple of cars missing from this one, but green flag flies. It is going to be Daniel Cummings Jr. and Garrett Niebrugge on the front row. Niebrugge in the 19 car. I've got a little bit of a tap there from Dylan Petty in the 5P1 car around. It's the 09 machine of Tanner Tomasi. Cummings, he gets the race lead through turn number 3 and 4 as the yellow flag going to fly. Get a bunch of his field back up, and Well, Tommy, every time we see a yellow, we are going to lose about 3, maybe 4 laps of racing. So it just makes it a little bit harder for these guys that, excuse me, if the yellow does come out, it's less time for these drivers, less time for these drivers to come through this field.
Absolutely, and that's what it's going to need if you are in the back is that time. So hopefully, but yeah, like I said, you're getting these guys that are trying to move up forward these positions. We're going to see a little excitement here.
All right, as the pace truck is going to turn its lights off this time by, so again, we'll complete this third lap under the caution flag here behind the iRacing.com pace truck. Lights will go out as we are on 1 to green. So this field will come up into rows of 2 by 2, just like they did at the start. Now we're going to see Shad Prescott on the outside of the front row. Remember, top 4 go through to the main event. At the moment, it is Daniel Cummings Jr., Shad Prescott, Garrett Niebuhr, and Dylan Petty in your top 4. It's going to be hard to see anybody else from behind that, from that 5th position, to get by these top 4 drivers. They are generally regular A-main contenders. Prescott on the outside of Cummings. It down into 3 and 4 they go. And Prescott going to have the race lead at the halfway stage of this one. 5 down, 5 running here. Here comes Dylan Petty. He's working to the outside. Cummins going to slide up, try and take the line away, but Petty drives around the outside of the 24. Good racing, Tommy, in B-main number 2.
Absolutely, yes. They are going at it, and it is a fun one. We got Prescott up front, and he did a lot of climbing in that his first heat there, so he is an impressive driver, that's for sure.
All right, yellow flag going to come out, which means we are going to come out for a green-white checker situation for this B-main, and it's going to be Shad Prescott. And we generally don't get a lot of time here at Fairbury to go back and to take a look at your wicked cushion instant replays, just because the laps go by so very quickly here, especially with this pace car. And I don't know if you've seen it, Tommy, but this pace car generally goes a lot faster than what it does at other tracks like USA or Grove or even Volusia for that matter.
I kind of noticed that yesterday myself, just switching between some of them. Pace car is able to keep a heck of a speed on the track there.
Yeah, it's almost like they've gone, you know what, Fairbury, we're one of the shortest tracks on the service. You know what, we'll just throw it up to about 60 miles per hour. But at the longer tracks like USA, I will throw it down to 30. That's fine. We'll let the drivers, feel like they're pulling teeth out.
Exactly, and I love the flag waver in iRacing. That guy, he is, it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger by the time he's done. Look at his arm when he throws his flag.
Every time he throws a green flag, he's like, come on, get down!
He's throwing everything he's got into it, and we are green.
Yeah, we are in a green white checker situation, so the green is out now. The white will come out. Oh, Daniel Cummings Jr. got all sorts of shot out sideways and crossed up and out of shape as the white flag flies. Daniel Cummings Jr. He is on the verge of not making the show after leading the first half of this race. Through turn number 3 and 4 we go. Prescott wins. Petty home in second. Third is going to go to Niebuhr, and fourth is going to be Tanner Tomasi. Daniel Cummings Jr. He comes home in 5th right now, and boy, that's heartbreak for the 24 time, because he led the first 3 or 4 laps of this race before he got passed, and all of a sudden he goes from hero to 0.
Yep, and that is racing, though, in its finest. I got to give Prescott a lot of credit. Like I said, he really pulled up through the field on his heat, and then we see him in that main come from, I believe, 5th up to 1st and win it.
Yeah, all right, let's take a look now at your ultimate Dirt to be starting grid for B main number 3. All right. Darren Little will start alongside Matt Kapirian in positions number 1 and 2. Kevin McNatt alongside Cody Olsen for your second row. Third row inside and outside, Clyde Dunn alongside Kenneth Payne. Timothy Bolander starts position 7. Tanner Folds out of position 8 with Steve Kaufman. Rounding out this 9-car field. Well, as we did in the heat races, Tommy, I mean, again, with this last chance showdown 4 going through, 5 of these drivers are going to be sent packing. Instead of picking the winner, who do you think finishes 4th in this one?
Ooh, okay. The 4th place finisher, I'm going to go with Kenneth D. Payne. We'll go with Mr. Payne there.
Well, we'll see if we can bring the Payne to the Fairbury Speedway in this B main. Look at that. Now
this would be a little harder to do.
And now we're just starting to rhyme. We're not even trying to do it. Let's hope Clyde isn't done for the night.
You just took mine.
Yeah, I knew I did.
Why do you got to be so literal?
I don't know. I wasn't playing poker. I didn't fold, that's for sure.
Oh, man.
Cowgirl's still up?
Reuse them, can you?
The Cowgirl's still up?
They just put more on the board. It's 14-0. I know my brother's crying right now.
I would be too if I followed a team like Phillies. Green flag gets out, and Darren Little will lead the field down into turn number 1 and 2 for the first of 10 laps around the Fairbury Speedway. B main number 3. After this one, we will have our redraw. Kapirian rides in second position, McNatt in third, and they're banging along with the Dirt Co Media House number 6 of Cody Olsen, who's in fourth at the moment. He's got pressure right now from Kenneth Payne, and well, tell me if Payne's able to get by Olsen as he does so through turns 3 and 4, he's still got another 8 laps to hang on to that fourth and final transfer spot.
Absolutely, and he's got a good move right now. If we see a yellow, I wouldn't want to be behind him or in front of him in a restart. I mean,
still plenty of laps to run, 7 to run, and so there goes the 21. Oh, look out, now he's going to feel the pain. He got hit from behind by Olsen. Now there's 4 cars stacked up and 3 cars going to find it out for this final transfer spot. Dunn moves into position for Olsen. He's in the thick of things. He's almost like Elvis. He's had a lot more hits than Elvis, I reckon.
That's a good one there. I'm going to have to use that.
9 Central, Scott, 10 Eastern. Yes, that would be correct. As we continue on with the action here in B main number 3, back up towards your top 3. No change. It's still literal. Holding off Kapirian. McNatt in third. Fourth is Clyde Dunn. And here comes the 21 of Kenneth Payne once again in that black and yellow. Oh, almost feel like Kanye with black and yellow out there.
Very nice reference there. You surprise me every week, sir.
Look, I'm a man that can think very quickly on the fly. As Olsen, he gets around the outside of Kenneth Payne. We've got 2 and a bit to run. And here comes that Dirt Co Media House number 6. This track is getting very slick right now. Very tough for these drivers to get around, but they are doing a fantastic job. And again, we'll stay on this battle focus for this fourth and final transfer spot.
Looks like they've moved from that middle groove up to that high line now. So it's this track is definitely progressing as we've seen it. And it looks like it's getting slicker for them.
Oh, battle on for the race lead right now as McNatt gets around the outside of Darren Little just as we come back up towards the front of the field. Check and flag is out. Kevin McNatt takes it away from Darren Little. Little home in second. Kapirian third. Dunn is going to grab fourth. Olsen fifth. Payne, Folds, Bolander and Kaufman. And, well, we're going to go for our redraw right now. So we're going to go down to the audio room. I'll drag you down there so you can get to listen in, and we'll chat to Steve McMillan, who is ready and standing by. Let's get this up. What have we got? 8 tonight?
8 tonight.
All right, let's go.
All right, heat race number 1, D1RT driver Hayden Cardwell.
Oh my, he's dead set gonna hate me. 8.
Second heat, driver D1RT car number 80 Dylan Wilson.
6.
Third heat race, Swindell Speed Labs car number 00 Kendall Tucker.
I'm sending him an invoice, position 2.
Heat race number 4 is downtown Hollywood JD Brown.
He's definitely copping an invoice. Pole position.
Heat race second place, Swindell Speed Labs car number 127 Blake Majulis.
He hates me tonight. 7th.
Second place, D1RT driver car number 42 Jordan Casey.
Position 3.
Heat race number 3 with Bad Motorsports. Car number 331, Dustin Hall.
Position 5.
And last but not least, I believe that's the 3D Racing. It's Clifford Driscoll.
Position 4.
Alrighty, thank you.
Yep. Well, Tommy, you just heard the redraw for the first time. You get to see how it all plays out. What did you make of that one? What are your thoughts on the redraw?
I was a little confused. It took me a second to realize what was going on there, but interesting. I like it. I like how you guys kind of change it up there and give these guys a little more some bang for their buck here. You know, I'm sure it can make some mad, but hey, it's part of it, and that's what it is.
I'll tell you one guy who I got to feel sorry for. Actually, I'm going to go with two guys. First and foremost, the D1RT driver, Hayden Carver. Like, he was quickest in qualifying tonight, picked up the Heat 1 win, and what's he rewarded with? A bad redraw. And again, that's not me, but every time that he gets in a redraw, and you'll see it with Tyler Schell in the sprint cars, those drivers get, no matter what it is, whether there's 8 or 10 cars in the redraw, you guarantee that those drivers are coming from either the last row or the second last row.
I'm going to have to remember that name there so I can pay attention here for the sprints and see if you are correct. And I'm going to
I guarantee you write it down. Tyler Schell.
Oh, I got it wrote down. I got it. We're good.
Another one that normally has somewhat of a bit decent luck in the redraw, but tonight so far, Blake Majulis copped the ninth redraw in the super late models, and now cops I think it was a 7th in this one. So he might not be too happy with me tonight, but again, you know, that's sometimes it's the way the cookie crumbles.
It is, but hey, sometimes they've been in that position of 8th and they get a start up front, so it happens both ways.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm still waiting for Hayden Cardwell's time to where he gets a good redraw position, and it feels like every week that we do the redraw, it's like, well, I'm sorry, Hayden, but you're not having that luck at the moment.
Right, and I will give him credit. I did see the whole random thing going on, so it isn't what's a stage or anything.
Yeah, it's not rigged. So, all right, let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for tonight's 30-lap main event, and we'll explain the extra 5 laps situation here in just a moment. All right, starting on the pole. Well, this doesn't matter because the top 8 drivers in the redraw: Hayden Cardwell, Dylan Wilson, Kendall Tucker, JD Brown, Blake Majulis, Jordan Casey, Dustin Hall, and Clifford Driscoll. 9th will be Jason Minor. 10th is Barry Sorensen. 11th is going to be Chad Combs and Dylan Thomas at a position 12. Tommy, who starts 13th?
13th, we got Harry Stewart. 14th, got my guy Shad Prescott. 15th, we got Kevin McNatt. 16th, Aaron Brumbelow. 17th, Dylan Petty. 18th, Jay Darren Literal. And 19th, Dylan Hadler. 20th, Garrett. Help me out with that. Nieberge. Then we got 21st, Matt Kerpian. 22nd, Todd Hook. 23rd, Tanner Tomasi. And finishing out tonight, 24th, last but not least, we got Clyde Dunn.
Well, you can only go forward from there as Clyde Dunn. All right, so you're going to see 35 on the board underneath the World of Thunder logo up on the top left of your screen. The first 5 laps are to get the drivers, the top 8 from the redraw, into their correct starting positions. Once they're in those starting positions, the signal will be given from race control to show you the most awesome sight in all of motorsports, a 4-wide salute. And Tommy, I think this might be, I think we're kind of breaking the seal. We're breaking your 4-wide salute here tonight.
Absolutely, yeah, that'll be an interesting one to watch. I'm excited to see that.
All right, so the drivers are in their correct positions, I do believe. And now from row 7, they will split inside and outside. So the guys in the first 6 rows need to really stay close in side-by-side formation. But as you see the field making their way down the back straightaway here above the racetrack here at the Fairbury Speedway, the drivers, well, they've been given the signal to show you the most awesome sight in all the motorsports. As your World of Thunder and DirtFan.com UMP Modified Series, the drivers are 4-wide. Tommy, there is no better sight in motorsport.
It is a beautiful thing here, and I can't wait to watch this start off here.
All right, so once we complete lap 5 of 35, that is when the drivers will be given the signal, or that's when we'll be given the green light in this racing. You see, we're on lap 4 of 35 at the moment. So again, it is a 30-lap feature event with the first 5 laps to get the drivers in the redraw position, a 4-wide salute. And you're now starting lap 5, so we are green flag this time by. Tommy, quick prediction, who wins?
I'm going to have to go with my guy, Let's go with, I'll go with Downtown, start number 1 there.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with the guy on the outside, Kendall Tucker. I really think Kendall has certainly got the ability here to shake things up. Here we go. Let's get dirty for 30 here at the Fairbury Speedway for the World of Thunder and DirtFan.com UMP Modified Series. Nearly 3 wide already. Down your back straight away for the race lead. Tucker on the outside. Brown through the middle. John Casey up on the inside. Kendall Tucker will officially lead the opening lap. He slides to the top side. Brown to the top shelf as well. Yellow, yellow, yellow. And a very quick yellow. Aaron, well, there's no time to make any mistakes here. 30 laps around this track when you're doing low to mid 13 seconds. In a matter of minutes, it can be done.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Story of my life.
You know, like we talked about earlier, it's going to go quick. These guys are going to have to be really careful and be very cautious of what they're doing to make sure that they're not putting themselves out of it.
All right, so if you're wondering why they are going slow, no, we're not on slow motion. We are just waiting for the iRacing.com pace truck to finally catch up. It decides, it wants to do different speeds. Have we got a drunk? We must have a Philly fan behind the wheel of that car. Come on,
My
don't.
brother is not in this right now.
I was going to say, come on, don't be silly. That means a Philly fan would be up the front sometimes.
I think he said he had to hop off because he was getting a little frustrated. He had to yell at the TV. He couldn't yell at the broadcast.
Well, I mean, we can give him some ammunition if we wanted to. Like he can try and yell at us. It's not going to be the same when he's typing unless he types in all caps. All right, wait for the lights to go out on the iRacing.com pace track this time by. So we are going to have 5 down, 25 to run here in your main event as the drivers will start lap 10 at the moment, still behind the pace truck. Once they go past the start-finish line, they will essentially start lap what would be 11 to 35. But again, remember the first 5 for the redraw and full wide salute. Green flag is out, 25 to run. So let's get live for 25 here at Fairbury. Tucker to the top. Casey back down to the bottom side into turn number 3 and 4. Casey stays low. So Tommy, we had a track reset at the moment. So this is going to give these drivers a couple of different lines to work with.
Yeah, but it kind of makes it a little unfamiliar from what they were used to in the heats, correct?
Yeah, it was a whole lot slicker in the heats, but
Exactly.
right now, look at Jordan Casey being able to work that bottom groove down through turn number 1 and 2, and he takes over the race lead. Tucker going to fall back to second, so D1RT number 42 of Jordan Casey will officially lead that lap. JD Brown in third, and here comes Dylan Wilson, Blake Majulis as well.
And this is an exciting... Oh, there we go. We got a little action here in the turn.
Oh, and there goes the pace car trying to keep up with pace with your race leader, but it's going to be Harry Stewart in the 41 car around. Matt Capirian we've already lost, along with Shad Prescott as well. So Prescott, who'd probably passed the most amount of cars coming into tonight's main event from the heat race and also B mains, unfortunately he's going to be credited with a 24th place finish. And when you think about it, Tommy, it's not ideal when you pass that many cars, get into the main event, and you come away with the last place run.
No, but hey, you know what? You're really, I guess at the end of the day, you're not last because you did make it this far. I'll give you a little bit of encouragement as you're turning off the system, waiting for the next race to start.
Yeah, well, it is going to be a 410 wing sprint car now. That server will go up in 60 minutes time, so 9 Central, 10 Eastern, and 10 past the next hour is when we are, not this hour, but 10 past the 10th hour is when we're going to have a live stream up on YouTube and Facebook as the green flag is going to fly. 12 in the books, 18 to run. Casey leads Tucker, Wilson now into position 3, and Dylan Wilson. Here comes Majulis on the inside of JD Brown, 3 wide through turn number 3 and 4. Into 1 and 2 we go again, 3 wide for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Tommy, fantastic racing here at Fairbury.
Yeah, these guys are staying clean. They're going at it, and it's fast. I like it. I'm getting excited. I'm at the edge of my seat waiting to see who's going to take it here.
All right, Majulis now up on the inside there on Dylan Wilson for 3rd spot as they go into 3 and 4. Brown goes to the top shelf. Lap car, that is Kevin McNatt pulling to the infield, so that's going to be his night done and dusted. 15 to run that time by us, so halfway home. Hayden Cardwell been unable to make any sort of progress so far. Got a lot of good cars in front of him and around him. He's only been able to make up a couple of positions, so keep an eye on the black and blue D1RT World of Thunder number 7 machine. But look at Blake Majulis, the 127. He copped a bad redraw along with Hayden Cardwell, and they move into positions 3 and 5. Dylan Wilson back to position 4, and Tommy, they're going back to the top shelf.
Yep, we got guys that they're starting to go across all 3 lanes here, and it's exciting here. Good move by the gentleman that slid out there to not get the yellow called out. I got to give you credit there.
Yeah, was that the car that was getting lapped?
Yes, it very well could have been. See, I would have completely on accident probably caused a race leader to get very mad at me.
Yeah, I think we've all been there at some stage of our careers, but yeah, it just happens. But anyhow, we stay back on the action up towards the front of the field. Think about it right now, Tommy. We've only got 10 to go right now. This is all happening so quick.
Absolutely, and these guys are riding the high line now. They're using every bit of the track to get there. Now they're in the middle, so they're varying it towards turns. They're trying to make anything work at this point. They know it's coming down to the wire here.
Yeah, as we said earlier on in the program, season number 7 here for the World of Thunder UMP Modified to DirtFan.com series are fixed setup racing, so it does come back down to the driver, and of course that luck that also plays a part in the redraw. Tucker hits the wall, he got tight there, and he lost about 2 car lengths to Jordan Casey in car number 42. Majulis in 3rd right now and starting to catch up to his teammate Kendall Tucker in the 00 car. So you got the 42 out in front. Jordan Casey, he's looking good at the moment. We're going to have 6 to go this time by, so we're less than a heat race distance from being complete in this one. And lap traffic right now, Tommy, it may just play a factor.
Yes, it could, and this is we got a yellow flag. So Hayden here, we see Majulis and Hayden going to be 3rd and 4th here. So this could be a really interesting restart.
Well, what it is your top 5 drivers, 2 teams, D1RT. Now they occupy 1st, 4th, and 5th. The Swindell Speed Lab drivers, Kendall Tucker in the 00 and Blake Majulis in the 127, they occupy 2nd and 3rd. So who gets the better? Well, it's a 3-on-2. You would almost favour the guy that starts on pole, but also you'd favour the team that has the most drivers, right?
It's hard not to say that, especially if they're going to put team orders or, team into effect there. I don't know, though. Sometimes the team goes out the window when you're going for the win, though.
Yeah, it's pretty much every driver for himself, but tell you what is going to be interesting right now is having a green-white checker to finish up the 2nd round here of the World of Thunder iRacing League and DirtFan.com UMP Modified Series. It's not going to be the extended green-white checker. It's just going to be a normal green-white checker. Single file restarts right now. 2 to run. Jordan Casey on the gas, turns it from the top to the bottom to get as much speed and momentum down the front straight away into turn number 1 and 2. He hits the wall. Tucker gets into the back of him. Here comes Majulis on the inside, but look at Hayden Cardwell on the outside. 4 cars. You can throw a blanket over him. White flag is out. Final time here at Fairbury, and Jordan Casey saw Tucker, Majulis come together. Tucker upside down. Cardwell into 2nd, into 3 and 4 for the final time. Holy moly, Jordan Casey gets the win. Majulis will grab 2nd. 3rd is going to go. Sorry, Cardwell grabs 2nd, and Majulis by 9/1000 of a second, he grabs 3rd. And he stops the D1RT podium lockout. Wilson home in 4th, JD Brown 5th, Clifford Driscoll, Dustin Hall, Barry Sorensen, Jason Minot, Dylan Thomas, your top 10, Tanner Tomasi, Combs, Nevergy, Literal, Hook, Halber, Petty, Stewart, Tucker, Dunn, Brombolo, McNatt, Kapirian, and Prescott. Tommy, what did you make of that one?
Wow, what a finish there. I can't give Hayden Cardwell any more credit there. He did a fantastic job to get up from 8th to 2nd there. But hey, at the end of the day, Jordan Casey's in victory lane. So congrats to you, Jordan Casey. You did a fantastic job.
All right, we're going to chat to our top 3 here in just a moment. And Tommy, are you feeling up for an interview with our 2nd place driver?
You got it.
All right, tell you what, we'll chat to the driver that comes home in 1st place here tonight, driving the D1RT Racing car number 42. That is going to be Jordan Casey who gets the win here tonight. Jordan, congratulations on the victory here at the Fairbury Speedway. Boy, you had that bottom side working. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't think you had what it takes to get to victory lane, considering there was a lot of good cars behind you. But, well, you proved me wrong and you come away victorious. You're going to be pumped about this result.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was fun starting third there. I just tried the bottom on the first couple laps, and it seemed to stick pretty good. So I knew I was gonna have to move up sooner or later. So moved up sooner than later. I seen Kendall coming a little bit on the outside, so it was fun.
Well, you put a new paint job together for that number 42 machine, and I got to admit it. Although Jim didn't do it, I did say that it looked pretty cool, and then he later told me that you actually painted up that skin. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Now,
just
now it looks
like to
trash.
screw around from time to time. Yeah. Everybody says it looks like Candyland, so I'm probably gonna get rid of it now.
Well, it doesn't matter if it looks like Candyland. As long as you're picking victories up, you might just have to take a trip to Candyland and show these drivers how to get it done. But, man, talk about this race with the track reset. Obviously, it made for multiple grooves of racing here in the feature. And considering it's only 30 laps, that's not a whole lot of time to make some passes here and make some advances in this main event.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to start third and didn't have to start like eighth like Hayden did. Seems like you draw him a bad number every time you do it, but
Hey, you blame random.org on that one, not me.
maybe if Hayden got to start up a little further, it would have been closer. I'm just mad that I got the wall on the outside and then kind of bunched everybody out or everybody up there on the last lap. I hate it for Kendall to see him get junked, but it's whatever. It's a good race.
Yeah, it certainly was. It certainly left everything in suspense there for the final green-white checker. But congratulations, Jordan, on the win here at Fairbury for round 2 of the World of Thunder and DirtFan.com UMP Modified Series. We'll let you get out of here and celebrate. But before we do, of course, one final time on the mic, sponsor shout-outs, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you?
Yeah, everybody at D1RT that helps out. And, of course, Jim Emery for making the paints. He's got my super paint. I made this one, but I'm sure he'll make my next one because I'm sick of doing it. But thank you guys for broadcasting, and yeah, Steven for putting the series on. Appreciate it.
All right, there we go. Jordan Casey there, victorious, home in car number 42. Tommy, you're standing by with our second place finisher of Hayden Cardwell.
Hayden, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic. Congrats, sir. We saw you keep a dominant lead there in the heat, and then in the main there, you on the reset, you started 8th, so probably not what you wanted after having a great car, but you showed that you had a great car and you're a great driver there. You pulled up through the field. Explain the differences between the heat race there and the main as far as the track.
Oh yeah, there for the heat race, I think the track was actually worn in a little bit more there, and we was able to run slider line, and then it just got to that kind of top 1 or 2 middle, and yeah, definitely didn't want that 8th, but knowing I'm racing World of Thunder and Brett's redrawing, so probably gonna start in the back, so we ended up pulling
Random.org
last spot. Anyways, we pulled that last spot. And, it was only 30 laps, just had to make the right moves and, be careful. And luckily, Magillis and Tucker got into it there and was able to pick up 2 more. But definitely had a blast out there.
Yeah, and like I said, you did have a fantastic car. We saw you carve through that last main there. Congrats on that. But, hey, as far as the leader there, I mean, if you had another lap or so, you think you could have caught him?
I don't think so in a lap or so. He's my teammate. He's consistent enough where it would have to been maybe 10, 15 laps. It's hard to really say. He could have messed up. We never know.
Absolutely. So he did have that shows he had a great car, but nothing out of or to discredit you at all. Because like I said, you tore through that field. You did a great job, and now the mic is yours. You want to give it up to any of your sponsors, anything like that?
Yeah, just got one big sponsor or anything. Got anything? Steve McMillan and everybody at World of Thunder Racing League for doing whatever they can to help me out, and glad to be able to come out here and get a podium after starting in the 8th spot tonight. Can't thank all the boys back at D1RT. Congrats on Jordan with the win and Blake for the 3rd, and just want to say thanks to Brett and everybody at this stream that does all they can, and those guys, Brett and everybody that helps out with the stream, they do enough, and just can't thank them guys enough.
I'll try and get you a better pill draw for the sprint cars. Like I said, it's not my it's not my doing. You know that, right? I mean, every time I look at it, I know where you.
Me and Shell are always.
Tommy, what did I say? There were two names that get the crap ripped out of them in the redraw. Did I not say that?
You did. Those are the. Yep, Shell is the other one.
Yeah, me and Shell will start 7th and 8th here.
That's hysterical. Well, hey, it just shows how good of a driver you are to tear through it there. Congrats.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
All right. Well, that was Hayden Caldwell from 8th up to position number 2. We'll chat to the driver that comes home 3rd place tonight. He is the defending UMP World of Thunder champion, driver of the 127 machine. And I did say it during the redraw, he's probably going to hate me for tonight for both redraw bad numbers in the super late models. But home in 3rd place tonight, driving the 127 of Blake Majules. First of all, Blake, you do realise that it's not my doing for the redraw, but it's about time you finally get bad luck. In the redraw, I mean.
Yeah, the redraw, I don't know. I've always had pretty bad luck with that. I got lucky last week, 1st and 3rd there, and I knew that was a gift, and I wouldn't get that again, which is pretty typical. That happened all throughout last season too, but I'm made good recoveries and ended up 3rd. I don't have much to say, really.
Well, with the track reset, being able to to start, I think it was the 3rd round out of position 6. It was always going to be tough, coming through this field because a lot of you drivers in that redraw, you guys are so close, and when you throw in fixed setup racing, it just makes that racing just a little bit harder to get through the field.
Oh yeah, the track reset's a lot harder to just to race through. There's a lot less grooves to go through. It takes a while for the top to come in, then the middle comes in. That's why it's kind of good to just be in 2nd or 3rd there, so you know what line's best. But yeah, it's definitely a lot harder, especially with the fixed setup, with the track reset a lot more tacky than it is slick. It's a lot tougher, but it makes for better racing.
All right, well, congratulations on a 3rd place run here tonight at Fairbury. We'll let you get to celebrating a 3rd place run here tonight. And sponsor shout-outs, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes the wheels turn on the 127 machine?
Yeah, not even that. I just want to apologize to Kendall. Killed him. Pretty ignorant, pathetic move by me. I should not be driving like that, way over my head. Pretty stupid, makes me look like a clown. I'm looking at the live feed right now. I don't know, they act like I did it on purpose, so you're wrong, Ed. I don't know why he puts his 2 cents in. I've seen him race once or twice, and he was dead nuts last, so I don't know why he's putting his 2 cents in there. Like I did it on purpose. He's my teammate. Sorry, Kendall. I didn't mean that. Just a dumb, ignorant move by me, and it makes me look stupid, that's for sure. So, sorry, Kendall, and I got to thank, Kendall, all my teammates at Swindell Speed Lab, iRacing, iFlag, Jeff Brown for everything he does for me. CBD Wiser Organics, Bell Helmets, you for broadcasting, Steven for putting on the show, and thank you very much.
All right, so Tommy, I think it's safe to say tensions are sort of boiling over here tonight. But again, when you put 24 very competitive drivers on a short little bull ring track like Fairbury Speedway, tempers are always bound to flare.
Oh yeah, I mean it's such as racing. We see it in the major leagues. We see it here in these major leagues, and I mean it's going to happen. I guess at the end of the day, it's a good thing that we're on mics. We're not in front of each other some days.
Yeah, well, we could always get the security out to the infield of the pit road. And I think they're having a tough time actually just trying to control the line for the turtle rides. That might be happening as well, which is I think where you're headed off to in just a few moments' time, Mark, correct?
Yes, I am. And that's if you were wondering where Steve was, he's out there. I think I saw him just hopping off one of them. So I'm filling in for him. But during the break, I'm going to go in there and have some fun. All
right. Well, Tommy, it's been a pleasure having you in the booth for the first time ever, I should say. Again, where can people catch the Checkers and Wreckers?
Hop over to our Facebook page, Checkers and Wreckers, or you can go to www.bwsports1.com, and that's got everything Checkers and Wreckers, and then the boys that do the whole sports show over at Black and White Sports, kind of a whole team that we got going on. And then you guys actually broadcast the Checkers and Wreckers Pro Late Model Series on Wednesdays, and that is at 8 Central, 9 Eastern. or I'm sorry, I got that backwards. It's 7 and 8, correct? I'm all backwards now. Qualifying starts or practice and everything starts at 8 there, correct?
Yeah, we go live at
Yes.
about 8:30 Eastern. Yeah,
Yes.
You had me wondering what was going on there for a second. I was like, yeah, we've got to.
Really cool thing we got going on there is the series winner is actually going to receive one of the butt kicker model Gamer 2s, and that thing is absolutely fantastic. Not going to make you a better driver, trust me. Didn't do anything for me on that matter, but makes the car feel a lot more real, or makes the seat feel a lot more real, makes the rig really livens it up there.
All right, well, again, tune in on Wednesday night. Still, we're not done with just yet for tonight. We still have the World of Thunder and DirtFan.com Ultimate Dirt TV 410 winged sprint cars. We stay right here at the Fairbury Speedway. So again, the server goes up in 45 minutes time, 9 Central, 10 Eastern. The server will launch, will be live from 9:10 Central or 10:10 Eastern. Again, we're going to be live on Facebook and YouTube. Of course, make sure you head over to dirtfan.com. Keep up to date with all the racing, the real-life racing action. And now as they dip their toe into some sim racing. So we thank those guys for coming on board, and especially with World of Thunder and, of course, Ultimate Dirt to be exclusively on Sunday nights. Of course, 3 races a night every Sunday night for the next, what would now be the next 6 weeks after tonight. Of course, Season 7 for World of Thunder here for 2019. Of course, make sure you head over to the World of Thunder Facebook page, and don't forget to check them out on the World Wide Web, www.wotrl.com. Of course, don't forget to check out our website. Head over to ultimatedirttv.com, and from there you can keep up to date with our schedule, what we've got going on throughout the week, Sunday through to Thursday. Plenty of sim racing action to be covered here live across Facebook and YouTube. Of course, our sponsors as well. Of course, a big thank you to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder iRacing League, National Oval Racing Association Series, JR Productions and Media, Monsters of Dirt, iRacing, iFlags, and Black Diamond Motorsports. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, and everybody that makes all this possible, and on behalf of Tommy and myself, my name is Brett Wheeler. We say not good night, we say we'll see you shortly for the 410 Winged Sprint cars in just under an hour's time.